Hello everyone, welcome to my favorite room in my house, the kitchen. Today it's fall and Thanksgiving is around the corner, literally around the corner. And today I thought I would bake something, and I'm going to be baking a pumpkin loaf with strudel and maple icing. I found this recipe on Instagram, and the Instagram page that I found was Pass Me the Salt. I will tag her down in the description so that you can go to her Instagram and take a look on how she prepared it. But today I'm going to be preparing it, and wish me luck, because let's see if I can bake this and without burning it. All right, so here we go. Okay, I am getting the dry ingredients ready, and I am spooning my flour in the cup, so that way it is not as one of the reasons why. Okay, so I am going to move this over. Now, baking, you got to be precise in measurements, but see how it's a little overflowed? It's way up too much. So I'm taking the back of the knife and I am going to lay it against the cup and just level it off. And there you go, 1 cup, because I need, what did she say? 1 3/4 cup flour. All right, so there's 1 cup, 3/4, 1 3/4. So I need 3 of these. There's 1, 2, make sure this is level, and 3. Sorry, I have to count to make sure I'm getting this right. Okay, so flour is done. Baking soda, 1 teaspoon. And I am going to use the box here. Get this all clumped up. There we go. And brush that off. 1 teaspoon. There's that. Okay. Salt, 1/2 teaspoon. 1/2 teaspoon. This is pretty easy. Pumpkin spice. If it's a little bit more, totally fine. I like pumpkin spice. And same with cinnamon. If it's not that level, it's okay. It's seasoning. So yes, how are you guys today? Do you guys bake? Do you bake anything for Thanksgiving, for the holidays, or just bake in general? Okay, so I have I have my recipe over here on the side. There we go. I have here 1 3/4 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin spice, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, so I'm going to stir this up. Okay. 1 can, 15-ounce can of pumpkin. I am using the Trader Joe's canned pumpkin. I hear it's really good. All right, so 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin. Can completely out. Kind of excited. I'm actually using this bowl. Usually I use my metal bowls, but actually I'm going to use this can as my garbage because I don't have a lot to throw out as I would in baking. Okay, 1/3 cup of milk. Okay. Kind of clean up a little bit as I go. And I have my Purex liquid measuring cup. And I gotta get down here, make sure it's 1/3. Droop. Yep, there we go, 1/3. 1/3 cup of milk. Half a cup of oil. I'm gonna use the same. When you do liquids, just use the same container. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to, well, I better pay attention. Well, sorry, I can't talk and measure at the same time. I want to make sure I get this right. Oil is done in the bowl. Here, let's stir this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, what's next? 2 eggs. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm actually going to break the eggs in a separate little bowl, just to make sure I don't get any shells. Then I'll just pour it in the bowl there. Okay, eggs are good. I will say this, I did put out the egg, I put all my ingredients out to get to room temperature, so that there's things that are not freezing cold, and it will help with baking. From what I've heard, is make things at room temperature. Okay, sugar. I'm using pure cane sugar, and we need 2/3 of a cup. Okay. So, woo. Here is my 1/3. 1, 2. All right, got that done, and I don't want to spill this, so I am going to fold this up and put a little paper clip. Gonna see that? I use the paper clip, keep it closed so nothing doesn't pour out. Okay, so then this one is 3/4 cup packed brown sugar. All right, so garbage in the little tin. Now, I am going to, all right, I got another clean measuring cup, because I actually need to pack this, and I don't want any flour in here. So, packed is, you don't just spoon it up and there it is, right? You got to actually pack it. So I fill it up and I just push it on the side there, and we need 3/4. So this is a 1/4 cup, so I'm going to do 3 of them. Or you can do 1/2 and then 1/4, which is 3/4. You can do 1/2 cup and then one of these of 1/4 is 3/4 altogether, right? 1/2 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Yeah, because 3 of those 1/4 make 3 cups. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. All right, so now I got that in here. Oh, anything else? Nope. All right, so it says here, oven is preheated at 350. In a large bowl, combine your pumpkin, milk, oil, eggs, vanilla. Oh, vanilla. Forgot my vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm kind of excited. I haven't used this vanilla. I have not used vanilla paste before. So I forgot the vanilla, and it says 1 teaspoon vanilla. I have not used this vanilla paste, and I'm curious on how. I know I'm stirring it up. Should I stir it up? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it smells. This is. I want to get all of it out. Whew. Let's dig it out. This smells okay. I just think I just found my most favorite vanilla to use, and I think I'm going to be sticking to the vanilla paste. This, can you smell? I got this at Trader Joe's. It's the bourbon vanilla bean paste. This is my first time using this. This is amazing. That smelled so good. That was just okay. Whisk again. Okay, so whisk and then add the brown sugar and white sugar. Whisk again. Then add the flour, the salt, the dry ingredients basically, and then start whisking it. And when it comes halfway combined, then together, put in a baking spatula. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna put in my dry ingredients. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna pour all of it all at once. I'm just gonna do a little bit at a time, so it can get well combined. Few stirs. This is smelling so good. Let's just pour the rest in. Okay. Now she says to halfway. Okay, so now I'm at halfway. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the brown sugar. That's a chunk. See that little, oh, did you see it? I don't know. If you saw a little dark little clump, that's dark sugar. That's the dark brown sugar. And I do use dark brown sugar. You can use, there's all kinds. There's light, not all kinds, sorry. What am I saying? There is light brown sugar, and then there's dark brown sugar. And I like dark brown sugar. It doesn't really matter what to use unless it says light or dark, whatever it calls. Okay, so halfway combined, stir mixing together with the baking spatula until it just combined and not overmixed. Okay, we are all set. Now we're going to put this, and then now line a loaf pan with parchment paper. She uses a 9.5 by 5.5, perfect size. If you use a smaller one, the pan will overflow. Don't use all the batter. Okay, so let me get this a little cleaned up here, and I'm going to get the loaf pan over here, and then we'll pour it in there. All right. Okay, I have here my loaf pan. It's 9.5 by 5, and I've lined it with parchment paper. And I know she did the whole thing, and I'm wondering, because I cut mine. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to redo this. I just, I need to follow, I want to follow exactly what she did. Crumple your parchment paper a little bit, and then it will, well, it's supposed to stay in a little bit better. Okay. And once I get the batter in there, it will work out. Okay, I'm going to set this aside right here. This is for the strudel. So in the strudel goes on top of the loaf before it goes in to the oven. And I already have in here 2/3 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of white sugar, and 1 tablespoon of cinnamon. So we're going to stir this up. Mix together the ingredients for the strudel, combine that's over the batter. Okay, and then I have here 1/4 cup of melted butter that I melted on the stove. And that just goes right in there, because this is what's going to make the crumbles, also known as strudel. This is what makes the strudel for the topping of the loaf. Okay. See how it's combining? Do you see that? See how it's making the crumbles? We got to make sure we get it all mixed really well. And we want those clumps. We like the clumps. So we're going to set that aside. Now I'm going to bring this over. And then I'm going to pour the batter in my loaf. All right, I want to make sure. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way. And I'm trying to maneuver here because I don't want the paper to fall. Sorry. Oh, that's what I did not want to do. All right. Okay, hold on. I'm going to scrape this. Scrape this off of here. Okay, perfect. Okay. I'm going to tap it to make sure no air bubbles. I know she didn't say to do that, but I'm doing that. And then now we got the batter. I don't know what I'm trying to say. The batter. We got the batter in the pan, and now I'm going to put the strudel on top. We want every little inchy of this batter covered in strudel. That's just me. This is the good stuff. I was thinking, and I didn't ask. I should make a comment. I'm going to make a comment on her page and ask her if she's ever put this strudel in the middle and then have crumble in the inside the crumble inside. Okay. That is there. Got some more on the forks. All right. So now we're going to put it in. I've preheated my oven already at 350, and then I'm going to put this in. She says to put this in the center of the rack for 1 hour and 15 minutes. And I'm not going to open the oven at all. So let's put this in the oven. All right. So I have it here, and I'm going to put it in the center of the rack, which it is. There it is, center of the rack. And then now I'm going to bake for 1 hour. I'm going to just do 1 hour now and then come back when it's done and let you know how it all turns out. Thanks. Okay, so I checked it, and 1 hour, and then added another 15 minutes. And now I'm going to add, and then after the 15 minutes, I did add another 5 minutes. So let's check it again. I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, came out clean. So it is done. I'm going to bring it out. Now in her instructions, it says let it cool for 15 minutes in the pan before taking it out, and then let it cool on a cooling rack for at least 1 hour before cutting into it. Because if you cut into it early, she says that the consistency will be gummy. So we're gonna let it sit here for 15 minutes. Going to, as we're waiting for the 15 minutes to come up, I am going to make the maple icing. All right, so I'm gonna make the maple, what is this called? Maple icing. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do maple, I have maple syrup, powdered sugar, and, oh, milk, a dash of milk. Oops, forgot that. She said a dash of milk. I know it's not that much milk, but we'll just. Okay, now I have watched a lot of people make icing. And the trick to making a good consistency of icing is you put less in. You can add, but you can't take out. And if you put too much, then it will be too liquidy, because I think she wants a good consistency. Make the icing to drizzle on top. Okay, so this maple, I'm reading the instructions and trying to figure out how thick. I don't want it thick, but from what I saw on the Instagram page, that she drizzled the icing over the loaf when it came out. And she did that when it was cold because she wants that icing to sit on top. Okay, so with the maple icing, we need a half a cup of sugar. Okay, now I'm gonna put that over there. And then 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. So 3 tablespoons. 1, 3. See? And then a dash of milk. I'm just gonna put a dash. That's what I call dash. So let's see what happens here. All right. So the maple syrup is from Trader Joe's that I used. I think the consistency looks pretty good. All right. So we're just gonna set this off to the side, and then we're gonna wait for that to cool, and then we're gonna give it a taste. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, And now we're going to take this out. Look at that. Here we are. The loaf has cooled, and now we are going to, I'm going to transfer it to this platter. Okay, I'm wondering, no, I'll just do it. Oh, let me loosen it from the paper here. There we go. Okay. So, there it is. Does that just look absolutely beautiful? All right. So now I'm gonna get that out of the way. And now we're gonna drizzle the icing. Off camera, I tasted the icing and I added a little vanilla paste to this. So, gave it a little bit more depth of flavor. Okay. And now I'm going to drizzle. If you like, I finished baking this pumpkin loaf. Again, I got this recipe from Instagram from Pass Me the Salt. I will tag her down below in the description, and so that you can go and check her Instagram out and check out her recipe. I also will put the recipe below too. With that, thank you for stopping by here on my channel, and I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button and like. I would really appreciate it. Comment and ask me any questions. Baking, it is a little nerve-wracking for me with baking. It's just always, baking makes me nervous. You know, is it gonna come out? Did I burn it? Did I not cook it enough? Did I cook it too much? And all that. But with this loaf, this turns out, this is absolutely delicious. So with that, we're gonna cut a piece. Let's cut a piece and take a test. What am I trying to say? What do we do after we bake? We eat. Yes. I love to taste this at what I baked. And it looks pretty good, I have to say. Look at that. Baking, I was a little nervous today baking something. It does make me a little nerve-wracking, but I hope let's see how well I did. So with that, here we go. Can I even do it? Oh, look at that. Oop, it broke apart. That's okay. Well, it's gonna be eaten anyways. So, all right. Well, there you are. Look at that. Doesn't that just look delish? So, let's take a bite. Yeah, this is a must. You must try this. Go find her on Instagram, Pass Me the Salt. You did this recipe, Pass Me the Salt, is delicious. So, okay, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Subscribe.